For a long time, you have felt like you are broken. There is a low, humming sound in the background, a strong and lasting sense of not being good enough. You look at the world and see it moving with a confidence that you can't find. People seem so sure of their roles, so at ease with their noise, and so sure of their decisions. And then there's you. You feel like a piece of a puzzle that doesn't fit. You feel like a machine that is missing an important part or instruction. Your interactions have a lot of meaning. You think you need to work harder. You have to do well. You have to keep an eye on yourself. Think about what you're doing and make changes to look normal. You have been trying to fix this for a long time. You have read the instructions. You have heard what they said. You have tried to smooth out your own edges and dull your own senses so that you can fit into the small, rigid spaces that society gives you. You have taken in their diagnoses. You are too sensitive. You are too serious. You are too quiet. You are not enough. You are too much. You have done everything you could to fix a flaw that you were told was yours. You thought that this feeling of not being good enough, of being wrong, was a personal failure. You've been taking in the bad energy they can't hide, and you've thought it was your own. But let's stop for a moment. Let's be very quiet, and let's really look at the world you want to fit into. Pay attention to the noise. Listen to the frantic, desperate energy of them. The world is sleeping. It is a world that is built on projection. It is a symphony of pain that people don't want to admit. Millions of people are running away from their own emptiness because they are afraid of their own silence. They aren't complete. They are broken, and they are hiding the pieces. They talk behind each other's backs. They complain. They talk bad about. They show. Why? Because someone who is truly at peace with themselves doesn't need to hurt someone else. A person who is truly whole doesn't need to share their every thought. You don't own the negativity you feel. It belongs to them. You are walking through a storm of their chaos that they haven't dealt with yet. They can't hide their anxiety, so they call it ambition. They can't hide their fear, so they call it practicality. They can't hide their envy, so they call it criticism. They can't hide their own deep, rattling sense of inadequacy, so they put it on you. They are actors. They are always and desperately pretending to be happy, successful, and sure of themselves. They are having fun, a game of power, a game of proving yourself, a game of who is right and who belongs. They are chasing shadows, picking up trinkets, and yelling to make themselves believe that what they are doing is important. They are drowning in the energy that you are said to be making. They are what causes the static. They are the ones who are broken, but they all agree to never ever admit it, so their world is built on that. And you are an antenna. You have always been. You can feel their dissonance. You can tell that they are being hypocritical. You can hear the lie in what they say. You can feel the anxiety they are trying to hide, and it makes you tired. It makes you feel weighed down. It makes you feel wrong, because everything about you is true, and everything around you is fake. You thought their noise was a sign of power. You thought what they said was true. You thought they were wise because they were sure of themselves. That time is coming to an end, because you've seen too much. You can't unsee it now that the curtain has been pulled back. You can't go back to sleep. You can't pretend that the game is important. You can't find validation in a system that doesn't really work. You have seen the frantic, desperate energy behind the curtain, and you don't want to see the play anymore. And so you have started the big retreat. This is not a retreat because of fear. It is not a retreat because you are weak or have lost. It is a retreat of deep, unshakable knowledge. You don't explain yourself anymore. You have stopped trying to explain why you are here to people who are set on not understanding you. You are no longer fighting. You have stopped begging. You have stopped looking for a place at a table where no one is being honest. You are no longer able to make their projections. You are now quiet. You are now still. You have brought your energy back inside yourself. You used to broadcast to try to connect with others, but now you sit in the quiet of your own presence. This stillness is not the same as being empty. It is fullness. It is the fullness of your own life, your own perception, and your own truth that has come back to you. You can now take back the energy you wasted trying to fit in and use it to create your own space. You walk away from fights. You let people be wrong. You let them down, and you are okay with that. You are no longer acting. You don't have to try out for a part in their play anymore. This is the way of the awakened archetype. It is the understanding that the only way to stop taking in their bad energy is to stop being in their storm. You don't fix the storm. You don't fight with the rain. You just need to get out of the way. You find your own place to stay. You grow your own peace. This peaceful retreat, this amazing lack of concern for the chaos of the sleeping world, is the first sign of your true growing power. You are now becoming your true self. And this is where we need to break down the big lie. Now is the time to face the diagnosis you have been given. The world of sleep has a message for you. They say you're broken, inadequate, too sensitive, anxious, depressed, or antisocial. They have put these labels on you, and you have accepted them because you are honest. You have tried to understand them, carry them, and fix them. But now you need to know what those labels really mean. Those labels don't tell you who you are. They admit that they can't do everything. When a mind that is asleep tries to understand a mind that is awake, it is at a lower level of consciousness. It can't. It doesn't have the right tools. It doesn't have the words. A world built on shallowness is scared when it meets true depth. Your realness is like a mirror. Your quiet presence, your honesty, and your refusal to play the game are all lights. And when that light shines on them, it shows them all the things they have kept from themselves. It shows them that their comfortable lies aren't true. It shows how hypocritical they are. To them, this is a threat they can't handle. They can't and won't look at themselves. They won't admit that their normal world is a crazy show. They won't admit that their success is empty. They have to make you look sick in order to protect their own lie. To show that they are whole, they have to call you broken. To explain why they are too sensitive, they have to call you too sensitive. They have to call you inadequate to keep their own fragile sense of superiority. It is a way to protect yourself. If you are not wrong, then they are. And that's a conclusion that the world that is asleep can't afford to reach. So they make you sick. They gave you a name. They make you into a problem that needs to be fixed. This is how they get rid of the threat. This is how they get rid of the mirror. This is how they keep their own numbness safe. The label they gave you was never, ever about you. It was a shield that kept them safe from the bright light of your reality. You are not broken. You are just awake in a world that is still dreaming. So, let's throw away this wrong diagnosis. Let's get rid of the labels that were put on you out of fear. And let's finally tell the truth about who you are. You don't have a flaw like this. It is a collection of deep, rare, and important virtues. We should call them by their real names. This brings us to the three great truths of a real soul. 1. What they call inadequacy is really original wholeness. You are not broken. You are realizing that you are whole, maybe for the first time. The world they have made is one of broken pieces. People are split up into their roles: the employee, the customer, the parent, and the competitor. They are two different people when they are alone and when they are with others. They are fighting with themselves. No, you aren't. It's not a sign that you're not good enough if you feel like you don't belong. It is the natural experience of a whole, round, complete object trying to fit into a jagged, broken, and fake space. You don't fit because you're more complete, not less. Your inadequacy is just your refusal to break yourself. It is the deep cellular integrity of your soul. You can't be broken. You can't be split up. You can't play the part because you're not a part. You are the whole thing, not just a part of it. This wholeness makes them feel like they don't belong in their world, just like a perfectly healthy person would feel inadequate in a land of ghosts. They think you're too real. You have too much to say. And you have been trying to cut away parts of your own reality so that you can fit in with their shadows. You need to stop. Your wholeness is not a flaw, it is your essence. 2. What they call too sensitive is really profound attunement. People have told you that you feel too much, that you take things too personally, that you get hurt too easily. You aren't too sensitive. You are exactly and correctly sensitive. You are a high-fidelity instrument in a world of noise. You were made to feel. They have numbed themselves to the frequency you are tuned to. They live in the noise. They have made their distractions louder so that they can't hear the horrible, quiet sound of their own emptiness. They had to become numb, deaf, and blind in order to live. You have said no to this numbness. You can still feel the truth. You feel the dissonance when their words do not match their energy. You feel the pain they are projecting. You feel the deep, unspoken tragedy of their disconnection. What you are absorbing is not negative energy. It is true energy. You are a truth seer. You are an antenna for reality. They call this a weakness. They call it this because for them, feeling this much would be a catastrophe. It would shatter their carefully constructed lives. But for you, it is not a flaw. It is your compass. It is your guide. It is the source of all your wisdom, your empathy, and your depth. It is not a curse. It is your gift. 3. What they call broken is in fact your refusal of artifice. This sense of being broken is at its root the feeling that you have failed to assemble yourself correctly. You have failed to put on the mask. You have failed to learn the script. You have not failed. You have refused. Your very nature is allergic to inauthenticity. You cannot pretend. You cannot perform. You cannot mouth the empty words or participate in the hollow rituals. You have tried, and it has made you sick. It has exhausted you. It has created a profound weariness, because every moment you spend in their game is a moment of violence against your own soul. This is not a failure to be normal. This is a success at being real. Your brokenness is just your authenticity, seen through their eyes. It is your inability to be false. You cannot be fixed, because you are not a machine. You are a living, breathing, whole and holy thing. The world wants you to be a machine. It wants you to be predictable, programmable, and numb. You are none of those things. This is the great reframe. The inadequacy, the sensitivity, the brokenness. These are not your flaws. They are the 3 great pillars of your strength. You are whole. You are attuned. You are real. And it is from this place of truth that you must now learn to live. But you must understand, living by these truths carries a cost. This is the great silent cost of awakening. This is the price of your own liberation. When you were trying to fix yourself, you were at least in some way participating in their game. You were trying, you were engaging, you were absorbing their energy and their diagnoses. You were, in a very real sense, doing them a service. You were the sick one, and in doing so, you allowed them to remain healthy. You were the patient, and they were the world that knew better. When you stop, when you stand in your own wholeness, when you reclaim your attunement and refuse to apologize for your reality, you are no longer useful to them in that way. You will no longer be their dumping ground for undealt with pain. You will no longer be the sponge for their anxiety. You will no longer be the mirror that they can blame for the reflection. You will no longer be the quiet, agreeable problem that makes them feel normal. And they will not like this. Your peace will feel like an accusation. Your silence will feel like a judgment. Your refusal to participate in their drama, their outrage, their endless cycles of complaint. It will feel like an act of profound aggression. This is the cost of your wholeness. It is the loneliness of authenticity. You will be misunderstood. You will be called arrogant or cold or distant. When you stop absorbing their negativity, they will simply project it onto you in a new form. They will try one last time with all their might to make you wrong so they can be right. This is the path. To be truly whole, you must be willing to be misunderstood. You must be willing to be the one who walks away. You must be willing to let them have their noise, their game, their shadows, and you must choose your own quiet, illuminated, and sometimes solitary path. It is a path of subtraction, not of acquiring, but of letting go of the need to be understood, letting go of the need to be validated, letting go of the hope that they will one day finally see you. They will not, they cannot. You are, in a very real sense, speaking a different language. You are listening to different music. So let us give you, finally, the one thing you have been waiting for, the one thing you never needed, but will now receive. Permission. You have permission to stop explaining yourself. You are not a thesis to be defended. You are not on trial. Your existence is its own justification. You have permission to be quiet. You do not owe the world your words, your energy, or your attention. You do not have to have an opinion on their outrage. Your silence is a sacred boundary, a fortress of your own peace. You have permission to walk away from arguments that lead nowhere, from people who drain you, from rooms where your truth is not welcome. Walking away is not failure. It is the final, supreme act of self-preservation. You have permission to disappoint them. This is the great and final freedom. You have permission to fail their expectations. You have permission to be, in their eyes, wrong, broken, or difficult. Their disappointment is their own, a product of their own expectations, and it is not yours to manage. You have permission to stop absorbing their energy. It is not your food. It is not your fuel. It is not your responsibility. You can let it pass by. You can let it fall to the ground. You are not its destination. You are a mountain. You are not the storm that rages around you. You have permission to trust your own pace. The world is frantic. It screams, "Hurry." Your soul whispers, "Be still." You have permission to listen to the whisper. You have permission to be finally, exquisitely, and unapologetically who you already are. Whole, attuned, and real. This is your nature. You do not need to be fixed. You only need to be unhidden. And that is your journey. If this path of returning to truth resonates with you, I invite you to subscribe and turn on notifications so that we may continue this journey together in deeper understanding. Your path is not to fix the world. Your path is not to change their minds. Your path is not to teach or to preach or to save. Your path is simply to be the quiet, unmoving, authentic presence in the room, to be the stillness that is not shaken by the storm, to be the one who knows their own wholeness, to be the lighthouse that does not leave its post to rescue the ships, but simply stands and shines. Do not look for recognition. Do not wait for applause. The world of noise cannot celebrate the beauty of silence. The world of performance cannot understand the power of simple presence. Find your worth in your own deep resonance, in the quiet sigh of relief when you are alone, in the profound peace of no longer performing, in the simple, solid, unshakable truth of your own being. You are not broken. You are not inadequate. You are the one who has seen through the game. You are the one who is complete. You are the one who is, at last, awake, and your only task from this day forward is to honor that vision, to honor that wholeness, to be still, and to be free.